In this video, we'll look at creating walls and windows. Press Shift plus S keys and select Cursor to World Origin to move the cursor back to default origin. Let's add a plane object to act as the floor. Set the size to 4 meters in the Add Plane menu. Select the plane and press Shift plus D keys to duplicate. Press R plus X keys and type 90 to rotate it 90 degrees on X-axis. Press G plus Z keys and type 2 to move the plane up 2 meters. Press G plus Y keys and type 2 to move the plane back 2 meters on Y-axis. Press Shift plus D to duplicate again. Press R plus Z keys and type 90 to rotate 90 degrees on Z-axis. Press G plus X keys and type 2 and minus. Press G plus Y keys and type 2 and minus. These two planes will form the walls, one with a window and one with stone bricks. Select the plane and tab into Edit mode. Right-click and choose Subdivide and set number of cuts to 3. Press the number 3 key to set selection mode to face. Select 4 faces in the middle of the plane and do an inset width by pressing the I key and dragging the mouse inward. Press Option plus S plus Y keys and drag the mouse to push in the selection. Press I to inset a little. Press I to inset and I again to inset individual faces as shown here. Press E to extrude and Y to restrict extrusion to Y-axis. With the faces still selected, let's add materials to the windows. Add materials for wall, window, and window glass. Add materials for wall, window, and window glass as shown here. Select the middle edges of the window as shown here. Press Command or Control plus B to add a bevel on the selected edges. Select the faces other than the windows. Click Assign to apply wall color. Select Window Glass Material. Expand Shading Editor from the bottom. Set Transmission Weight in Principled BSDF to 1. Add a Mix Shader node between Principled BSDF and Material Output. Add a Fresnel node to the Factor input of the Mix Shader node. Add a transparent BSDF node to the second shader input of the Mix Shader node. Adjust IOR in Fresnel node as shown here. Set roughness to 0 in Principled BSDF. In Material Properties under Settings, set the render method to blended. That should be it for the glass window. Now, let's work on lighting and environment in the rendered viewport shading. Set viewport shading to rendered. Right now, we don't have any lighting setup. We can use environment texture to achieve that. In the shader editor, set the shader type to world. Before we proceed, make sure you have NodeWrangler add-on enabled. Go to Edit Preferences. Make sure to select Add-ons tab. Search for NodeWrangler and click on the checkbox to enable it. If you don't have autosave enabled, click on the bottom left menu and choose Save Preferences and close the window. Now, select Background Node and press Ctrl+T keys. This adds 3 nodes in a series. We are interested in the Environment Texture node. Environment Texture node needs a HDRI or High Dynamic Range image. You can download free HDRIs from polyhaven.com. I'm using this large corridor 2K resolution HDRI here. Now click on Open and select the downloaded HDRI. This is how the HDRI is displayed. We can adjust the light direction by changing the Z-axis in rotation property of the mapping node. We can also adjust the location. I'll add a RGB curves node between texture and background nodes. I'll set the rotation on Z-axis to 215 degrees. Now it appears as if sunlight is passing through the window. You can also adjust the curves to your liking. Set the background strength to 2.6 to brighten the environment. In this case, I don't want the background, but just the lighting from the HDRI. To do that, let's add a few more nodes. First, add a mix shader node between background and world object nodes. Add another background node and connect it to second shader input. Set the background color to dark gray. Add a light path node and connect the camera ray output to factor input of mix shader. Now we only have the lighting setup with dark gray background as desired. Now let's work on making the wall object look proper. Tab into edit mode and press /key to hide the rest of the objects. Press a key to select all the faces. Press Shift+D keys and right-click to duplicate. Press R+Z keys and type 180 to rotate 180 degrees on Z-axis. Press numpad 3 for side view. Press G+Y keys and drag mouse to move as shown here. Now, select the top right edges of both the planes as shown and press F to make face. Now, select the top edge of the newly added face and click F key repeatedly until all the faces are filled. Now the wall is complete. Let's adjust the glass to be much more translucent. Adjusting the IOR in Fresnel should fix the translucency. Now select the second wall and switch to edit mode. Press E plus X keys to extrude on X-axis. Type 0.2 and minus key to extrude backwards. Tab back to object mode. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we'll look at adding textures and HDRIs to the objects.